Hello and welcome to today's. Today we're going to talk about the whole Kyle Larson suspension incident and his use of the N word on an iRacing stream, and sort of my reaction to that. So, at the time you're watching this, I'm planning on getting this video out the day after it happens, or after it happened. And last night I had checked Twitter and seen that he was trending because I was actually watching the Talladega race that they were showing on NBC. They were showing a rebroadcast of last year's race, and I'm like, when did Kyle Larson win last season? So I looked it up, and at the same time, I had seen that this had happened, and I checked Twitter, and I'm like, okay. So that was kind of wild. Obviously, something that you don't want to be using on a stream, and there are some things you don't say and some words, and that's especially one of them. And so him using that word was unexpected, I guess. I guess when you think of, I guess at least when I think of NASCAR drivers, he's not one of them I would think would say that. But either way, he did, and he's been suspended by NASCAR and by this team. So we got some statements here from the teams to read. So I got it on my phone because Twitter's not working on my computer today. So this is a NASCAR statement. It says NASCAR has made diversity and inclusion a priority and will not tolerate the language used by Kyle Larson during Sunday's iRacing event. Remember, conduct guidelines are clear in this regard and will enforce these guidelines to maintain an inclusive environment for the entire industry and fan base. Also from the team, Chip Ganassi Racing, they said, "We're extremely disappointed by what Kyle said last night during an iRacing event. The words that he chose to use are offensive and unacceptable. At this moment, we're suspending Kyle Larson without pay while we work through the situation with all appropriate parties." So, he recently had an apology video where he said that, he's sorry for using a word that he should never use. So, I feel that the suspension is the right way to go. I think that, you can't not be suspended for that. I think that that's something that is sort of pretty clearly written in the NASCAR rules, that there's certain language and certain things you can't say. So, not surprised that he got suspended when I checked Twitter this morning. Do I think that he's going to race again, though? I think that he will. I think that it's something that what he did was bad, obviously. But it's not something that people can't come back from doing. It's not like you did a terrible crime. Of course, using that word is not a good thing, but you didn't, kill somebody. Yeah, it's offensive to people, and again, a word you shouldn't use. And in the scheme of things, getting suspended and potentially losing sponsorship is what should happen, but, if he uses it again, then yeah, it's a problem, but learning from a mistake is something that people can come back from, and I think that a suspension for however long it is the appropriate way to go. I don't think that getting completely yeeted from racing again is the way to go. I think that in those type of situations, they arise, offensive things happen, and they arise, and they get handled in the proper way, but I think that he'll go through the program stuff that NASCAR wants him to do, and he'll come back at some point. I think that he's probably going to lose a sponsor. I don't think that the companies that sponsor him, like Credit One Bank and McDonald's and whatever else, are just going to say, yeah, let's have our driver say that. But I think that is something that eventually he'll recover from saying. Again, it's one of those things you don't want to say. But if somebody does, they can come back from. We've seen with, the whole thing when PewDiePie did that on his stream. He said that, and he lost sponsorships and fans and got negativity for a while. Eventually, things sort of came back, and he got more stuff to go right again. So, it takes time to go past. But again, I think that a suspension is definitely the right way to go. I think that if they did nothing, it would have been obviously really bad, and I think that to just say you're not racing anymore would be too extreme. So I feel the suspension is the right way to go. We'll see how things develop more. But at the moment, it's something that he shouldn't have done. And as long as he learns from it and is able to come back as a better person from it and not do it again, he's apologized in his video, and there'll be more times he has to talk about it. Something he has to live with saying on a stream. But, you know, it's disappointing that he did it. I think that he's one of the people that, as a NASCAR driver, I do like more. He's one of the ones that, when Kevin Harvick ultimately decides to retire, he's one of the people that I was thinking making my favorite driver. So, yeah, I think that it's disappointing that he did. And, you know, being also one of the most successful driver in NASCAR from the diversity program, their Drive for Diversity, where they try to get more diversity within NASCAR. Being the first driver to win a Cup race from that and win multiple and be the most successful in the Cup Series, it doesn't look good on that either. So hopefully he learns from it and comes back from it. We'll see if he's... I'd assume he's not going to do the Pro Invitational Series either. I'm assuming he's suspended from that, because that is a NASCAR thing. So it'll be interesting to see how long he's suspended for. Obviously, there's no racing happening at the moment, so there's no, like, thing to go along with that. There's not been racing since sometime in March. They sort of canceled right after the NBA did. So, like, a couple days later, NASCAR's like, yeah, their first thing was they're doing a race without fans, and so we're canceling or suspending races or whatever. Postponing races. So there is no racing going on. I don't know when there will be. So how that all works, I don't know. If he loses sponsorship, I don't know. Will he? Probably. Should he? I don't know if he should. If a company doesn't want to deal with that, I could understand it. So that's that. I feel the suspension is the right way to go. And, yeah, that's my opinion on that. So let me know down below your opinion on it, if you think that he should be suspended, or if you agree with him being suspended, or if you think he should not be allowed to race anymore. Let me know down below what you think. And, yeah, we'll see you in the next one.